Hello, hello, hello. Am I being heard? Am I being heard?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have two things happening. Technology is amazing. I have two things happening together on my laptop. I have the YouTube stream happening and I have the Zoom happening. So let me. What I don't know if I could do is if I could share the video um, together. But I know that YouTube video is on. I can see myself on YouTube. Can anybody see me on YouTube? If you can see me, can you please chat? I saw three people earlier. Where did they go? Okay, so while they are trying to ensure that the link from the Zoom is streaming to YouTube, I hope that we will be able to do that quickly so we can start the session in earnest. My name is Efe Hussein, for those of us that are connecting. Thank you. Please introduce yourself. Let me know who is my first. I'm here for the program. Hooray! Zungam. Zingam. That's what I can see. Zingam. Okay, I see another person coming. That's good. We're making progress. Thank you for joining early. Please just be patient. We're trying to make sure that the link to enable the speaker is working well. Just be patient. We're definitely going to have a swell time today. Chinasa, thank you for coming on board. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, I see another person come on board. Thank you for joining. We're going to have a swell time today. Yeah. Thank you. We are going to have a swell time. And we're going to make all the mistakes and do all the learning. So, like we said, this is a gist corner, right? I hope you have your coffee. Ironically, I was rushing to the office and I forgot my hot cup of coffee. Oh God. It's okay. Sha sha sha. Immediately after the meeting, I can go and grab one. But thank you for coming. Hope you have your coffee, your breakfast. If you have not had breakfast this morning, please make sure you grab something close because the discussion is going to be very hot, I'm sure. At a time, we are going to have to speak. At a time, we are going to have to ask questions. You're going to unmute your mic at a time. So please make sure you grab your coffee or you eat your breakfast. And if the network throws you out, this is network. We're relying on network stability to be able to do this successfully. I have been trying to be stable since morning, and I pray that now that it is stable, it works. Okay, but if for any reason network throws you out, please come right in. Come back in, please. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I see people chatting on the phone. Please try and connect. I am one person. I have my staff working at the background, but he's not here with me. He's working all the way from Plateau State. And that's what technology, one of the benefits of technology. So we're going to do this together as much as possible, trusting that technology will be stable. Okay, so let me look at what's happening on Zoom. You on YouTube, please hold on. We are going to be doing this together. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. So let's go to Zoom now and see what's happening on Zoom. Okay, what's happening on Zoom? Okay, I see another of our speaker has connected on Zoom. Thank you, madam. I was trying to learn how to pronounce your name yesterday, so please correct me if I don't pronounce it well. Moshura. Is it Moshura? Abubakar. At least I can pronounce Abubakar well, but Mushura. Please correct me if I'm not pronouncing it well, please. Okay. Can you hear me, Madam Mushura? Can you hear me, please? I know that I'm very audible because I'm connected with another gadget and I can hear myself.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning, Madam Efe.
Good
I can
morning,
hear
ma.
you loud and clear.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
morning. My name is Monsura. It's Monsura. The name is
Motura.
Monsura. You tried your best. Yes.
Hey, I'm
Yes.
learning very fast.
It.
Thank you so much for connecting. We're going to have a swell time this morning by the grace of God. And I would like you, Madam Oshura, to start up with us. But let's give like another 5 minutes. Please be patient. Let's give like another 5 minutes, or 5 minutes is plenty. Like another 2 minutes for more people to join, and then we go live. And you will be going live first. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. But I think you said something now that distracted me a little. You mentioned that if you have not taken your coffee, the discussions will be going on all of that. And then you decided to go and take my.
So now take your own coffee.
Yes.
Okay, please go and get your coffee. Make sure you get your coffee. It's very
Because
important.
I'm not taking mine. So let me quickly take my breakfast, please.
All right, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Ready for the discussions.
Okay, please go ahead. Please, those of us connected, if you have not grabbed your coffee, please go and grab it too, or your tea, whichever one you do. Some of us do smoothie. Please go and grab your smoothie before we start. Okay, in another 3-5 minutes time, we will kick off. By the grace of God, we will have a swell time. It is again our export gist corner. We will be talking about export, and we'll be looking at talking to people who has had some experiences, and whatever experience you have, please share. Feel free to share your experience. Please feel free. No experience is too small. On life. Can anybody see me? Please, if you can see me, acknowledge that you can see me. Yay! By the grace of God, it's going to go well. Father, we thank you for a successful meeting this morning. We thank you for that we will discuss. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for wisdom. Yes, we thank you for knowledge. We thank you for direction and guidance. In Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everyone. All right. If you are with me, please chat. Let me know you are with me. Please chat. Let me know you're with me. Technology is here to enable our life, not to make it difficult. So I'm happy. Thank you for chatting. Okay, so Tony, can you hear me? If you can hear me, speak. Let me know if others can hear you. Okay. Did you speak? Kendi, are you there? Can you send the link to the other speaker? There is a third speaker. You haven't sent the link to her. She's asking. Or you need to prompt her, please. All right. Are we good now? Yes, you can speak, actually. Madam Ashura, you can speak. You can speak, please. Can you speak? Let me know if I can hear you, because I'm still not hearing you.
Oh, good morning. Morning. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Please, everyone, can you confirm if you can hear her? Please, if you're on YouTube, confirm if you can hear her. Can you hear her? Can you hear her? I think that's a distance in communication.
Hello.
Yes. We can hear you, ma.
I, I think probably the network is not very friendly with them. So I also wanted to ask, ma, please, can non-members of WETI join the conversation? Just join at least
Oh,
to listen
absolutely.
to.
Absolutely. Everyone should join. Every woman interested in exports or has an export business already is welcome to join. Please, they can join. That's why we have it on YouTube, anyways.
Okay, so I was just let me look for the link again.
Okay, I'm sure it was sent to your
Probably
phone this
share
morning.
it.
My staff sent it.
Yes, yes. So I'm trying to look for it so I can send to one or two persons that I know.
This is 34 minutes behind the hour. We need to roll. Okay. Regime, a new tax regime in Nigeria. A lot of things that people need to know. A lot of implications. Some people say they will take your money. You know, all sorts of things. Um, what's happening here now? Okay. Okay, so a lot of things going on, and but we want to hear the truth from those that have the knowledge. I don't have that much knowledge about the tax, right? So we want to hear the truth about those that have the knowledge, and so we are inviting our sister Mushira to come. Mushira Abubakar Sadiq. She is a tax expert, she's a tax consultant, and she's a full member of WETI. She's going to be taking us in our tax. And after this meeting, we are going to be reaching out to her as a group. She's going to do our tax work for us. In fact, we are adopting her very seriously for every member of WETI. So please feel free to reach out to her with all tax consultation. And please feel free to charge us, but please charge us in a friendly way. We are sisters by the grace of God. Okay? So over to you, Madam Mushurat. Are you there, Madam Mushurat? Can I hear you? Okay, not sure what's happening to network again. Can someone hear me, please? I thought someone is in the waiting room. I don't see anybody in the waiting room. I don't see no waiting room. Yeah, I didn't create any waiting room. Okay, I think it's my network. I think it's my network because I can see that my other gadget is just joining. And now I seem to be the controller of everything because Madam Mushurat. Let's see. Okay, we're going to do this well by the grace of God. It is going to go well. Madam Mushurat, can you click on the YouTube link and try to go live too? Is it possible? Try to go live on your YouTube when you click on the link. Is that possible? Can you do that where you are?
On the YouTube.
Yes, click on the YouTube and try to go live. Let me see if I can do this. Oh Lord, time is going. We need to now get running. Let me see if I can do it from another gadget. I see. Are you there? Can you hear me on the Zoom? Can you hear me on the Zoom, please?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay, please go ahead. They can hear you from my other gadget. They can hear you on the Zoom, on YouTube. I've tested that they can hear you. Please go ahead. We may not be able to show videos, but please go ahead, please. They can hear you on the Zoom.
Okay.
Are you speaking? Am I the one not hearing you?
No, I'm not speaking yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to. No, I'm trying to be conversant with what I'm doing here because.
Okay, since we can hear you, you can just go ahead, please.
Okay, so Madam Efe, what I understand is that when I say something, I think it will take some seconds before you can hear it from the other end.
Yes, there's a delay. I noticed too. There's a delay.
So am I good to talk? Can I continue regardless of?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies. My name is Soya Abubakar Sadiq. So I'm a tax consultant, and I'm very, very delighted to be in this corner this morning.
We are delighted to have you, ma. Please go ahead.
So from the start, I was very happy because I saw that it's going to be a conversation corner where women will rub their minds to talk about business, talk about their goals and all of that. So I'll be speaking to us briefly about taxes this morning, and I would really have loved to have many women on board to listen to what I'm going to tell them this morning, because I'll be speaking like somebody that attended a meeting, came back from the meeting to meet the family members, and want to explain to them in the way they understand what was discussed in the meeting. So I'll be speaking briefly about the Nigeria tax laws, the Nigeria tax reforms that has just happened and has taken effect from the 1st of January this year. So there's nothing new in it. And so all that has happened has been a continuous effort. Continuously, there has been a deliberate effort by the government to put together, to reform the system that has consistently been seen as very, 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 very I think my speech is repeating itself from the other end. I don't understand. Sorry, whatever I'm saying, I think is echoing from the other side.
No, we are actually hearing you perfectly. Just continue. We're hearing you perfectly. Someone came in and I'm not. Let me try to mute everybody. Okay, the person is muted. Please go ahead.
Okay. Let me continue.
Yes.
So I was saying that the system was long overdue for reform because there has been a lot of inconsistencies. There has been a lot of inconsistencies, and the system was long overdue for reform. So what happened is you have different authorities collecting money from taxpayers, collecting money from companies and business owners.
You stopped. We are not hearing you again. You stopped talking. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me, please?
Okay, I think I'm just trying to get used to the system. I'm just trying to get used to it.
What
So
are you
the reform is
experiencing there?
basically one,
Because
to unify the revenue collecting authorities, to now make it one body in charge of collection of monies from whether businesses, taxpayers, or whatever. So and cutting away the multiple government agencies that have been in charge of collection of monies from taxpayers and from business owners, like the Nigerian Customs, the immigrations, and all of that. So this body has now been united into a single collection body. And the reason is to avoid instances where companies will import goods, customs will collect taxes from them, and when they come back to the tax authorities will still collect taxes from them, bringing about multiple taxation. And the effect of this is directly transferred to consumers, transferred to the citizens, to the individuals. And at the end of the day, it goes a long way to make I've been talking, but I think
we can hear you. Go ahead, ma. Go ahead. Let me turn on my video. We can hear you, please. Go ahead. Ma, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you very well. Go ahead.
I think I'm having a network problem here. I'm also having a network problem here.
But we can hear you very well.
At all. At all.
But we can hear you very well. Go ahead, please. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hello. I'm fine, thank you, but I'm on a call. Please, you need to call me back later. Yes, you need to call me later. Are you good now? Madam Ashura, are you good now, please? Madam Ashura, are you good now, please? We can actually hear you very clearly.
Customer you are calling is on another. Please try again later. Dear customer, the customer you are calling is on another.
Okay, sorry. I think I was trying to call you on phone to explain to you because it seems I'm having a network challenge.
But we can hear you very well. You are okay.
I'm talking, man. Please.
Hello,
Okay,
hello.
so,
Is this Madam Mushira?
Like I said now, I was saying now, the purpose is to centralize the tax collections, to create a digital system that enable the authorities monitor compliance and ensure that those that are supposed to pay taxes are paying their taxes. And also to create a system that will streamline dispute resolution, make it easy for taxpayers to walk into some offices, have their tax-related issues resolved. Also, one of the aim is also to enhance the transparency and accountability for these taxes by creating a platform. Yes, I'm good. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm good, but I don't know if you can hear me. You just let me know if you can hear me. That's me trying to call. Okay, so let me continue to talk since you can hear me. So it will be coming at your own pace. Okay, so let me continue to talk. So like I said, so having understand why the reforms were necessary to make the system more transparent and make the economy look favorable to potential investors and also those that are currently running businesses in Nigeria. So the question now is, what has changed? What is new about the system? What is new about the reform that has not been there previously? So let us quickly look at the few things that have changed. One, the change of the name from Federal Inland Revenue System to reflect the current practice, which is unifying the tax collection system. And that brings about the change of the name to the Nigeria Revenue System, a body that is now in charge of collection, assessment, collection, and accounting for the taxes they collect from the taxpayers or from businesses. So apart from this, as business owners, we ask a lot of questions. What is in this for me? What do I stand to benefit from this? Has this become a new way of subjecting Nigerians to action? These are some of the questions. 1 million questions, I must say, that Nigerians are asking. And trust me, Nigerians, whenever there is change, there are issues like this, people normally see it from a very negative perspective. And like somebody who went there, understood what the system is, I can tell you that Nigerians have nothing to worry about. In fact, business owners have nothing to worry about. But there are few things they must understand for them to be able to benefit maximally from this reform. And as business owners, I believe one of the ways we think, or one of the mindsets we should have is, whenever there are changes in the laws, whenever there are reforms, whenever there are new things, the first thing you should know is, as a business owner, you need to understand what has changed. And also look at how will these changes be beneficial to me? How will it benefit my business? How do I benefit from it? What do I stand to gain from it? These are some of the things taxpayers are supposed to be looking at, rather than looking at the negative and usually the emotion-based criticism part of it. So we will not ask, what am I expected to do? What am I supposed to know as a business owner? One, you are expected to know that you will no longer pay taxes to other agencies. If you are an exporter or you import goods from abroad, or you export goods from Nigeria, you know what you are expected to do now. Are you supposed to pay? Who are you supposed to pay to? What is the need? What's the need for it? These are questions you must ask before you know what you are supposed to do. So first of all, you are not to pay money to any of these agencies again. And for individuals that export-based businesses, where before now they have levies here and there that they pay. Bear in mind that you are no longer to pay to any of these agencies you previously paid monies to. That's number one. Then number two, as business owners, one of the things that is required of you, as far as this reform is concerned, is the system wants you to be very, very transparent with your business. Do business in a very transparent way that shows the system is not out to tax your revenue. The system is not out to tax your capital. The system is not out to tax your sweat. The system is out to tax only the benefit, the additional benefit you made from the additional gain you made from the investment, from the businesses you did. And this additional gain that you made from it, it is only a percentage of it that you pay to the government. So you are not to pay from your capital, you are to pay from only what you have made, the proceed that has come from it, that has become addition you are doing. That is where you pay a small percentage from as taxes. Then also, secondly, another thing we are supposed to know as taxpayers is it is expected that as taxpayers, as business owners, it is expected that we comply with the tax authorities. Like I always say, tax compliance is the cheapest thing to do. It's a very, very cheap way. It's a very, very cheap way of protecting your funds, protecting the money you made from your business. So if you comply, you will be protecting the money you sweat for. Non-compliance is what usually brings taxes to business owners. For instance, as a company owner, my employees, at the end of every month, I pay them salaries. From the salaries I pay them, I'm supposed to make a deduction. First of all, I'm supposed to enlighten them on the need for them to pay their taxes. Then I am also supposed to make a deduction from their monthly salaries and pay to the tax authorities. The result of not complying with this is that if I don't make those deductions on their behalf and pay to the tax authorities, my business will have to be taxes, and it becomes a day. Understand how compliance is very, very key to helping you save your funds, minimize your taxes. Because the employee taxes is not from you, it's not supposed to be from you. Imagine that if you don't make these deductions, not only will you have to make the payment thereafter, you will also be penalized for paying late and for not submitting those documents in time. And thereafter, whatever you say to the authorities will not be accepted from you, or will always be seen as
it's 11 hours.
So this is of this compliance too, as much as possible as business owners, please try as much as possible to understand what is expected of you. What are you supposed to know about the law? say it does not concern me, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know so. The taxes that is collected from you, the money you are making, the law says a part of the money should be given to the government. Don't you think it is good for you to understand which law say my money should be given to the government? At least you don't want to know about the law. But the law that says my money should be taken is worth knowing, for God's sake. Now I understand the specific law that relates to your business, number one, the right you have as a business owner, so that you make use of those rights. Make use of those rights whenever you have to make use of them. Because the authorities also have the right against you, and they will you make use of those rights when the time comes. So please, as much as possible, understand your rights, understand the laws that govern your business, especially the laws that ask you to pay a part of your money. What laws say it? In fact, whenever you receive a document, the first thing you should be asking for, which law authorizes you to ask me for this money? And that goes a long way to help you know to fall under that. Then, I'm just, Madam, if you say you just have to pardon me because I'm smiling now because I'm just listening to what I said before, and it's making me think of, I'm not really enjoying the fact that I will have to say something and wait a long time before it will be heard from the other side. But there's nothing wrong if that can help. There's no problem. So also, I also want to say that there are part of the laws that are very, very favorable to us as taxpayers, especially as exporters, as business owners. And we must understand these laws. One of it is this. The turnover threshold. The turnover threshold is one of those things that have changed in the law. And what that means is, before now, when you have a turnover that is less than 25 billion, you are exempted. As a company, you are exempted from taxes, but you are not exempted from filing. So now that threshold of 25 million has increased to 100 million, 50 million. I think if we have had so far, there has been a lot of controversies around the inconsistencies. And one of the inconsistencies we are having in it is the fact that one of the acts, the Nigeria Tax Administration Act, says a small company that has a minimum of less than 100 million should not pay tax. Why the Nigeria Tax Act is saying the threshold should be 50 million. So I think we're still on that. But regardless of the law has changed, and one of the things that have changed is that your turnover threshold has increased. So if it is 100 million threshold, what it means is that huge fees asset. Nobody asked you not to declare it. But what it means is that you are not a small company. Once your fees asset exceeds 250 million, even if your turnover is 10 naira, you are not a small company. And this law does not apply to you. I think we really need to understand this. If you have assets that are worth over 250 million, even if your turnover is 10,000 naira, the turnover threshold for exemption from company income tax does not apply to you. It's one of those things that we need to know. That's number one. Number two, for some of us that are into consulting businesses, we are consultants, or our businesses shows that we're into consulting. The consulting businesses is not exempted. It does not have a threshold. The turnover threshold of 100 million, 50 million does not apply to a consulting company. So if you're a consulting company, even if your turnover is 10,000 naira, you are to account for your value-added tax and you are to pay your company income tax.
Wow.
I think this is one thing that I also want us to know. For consulting company, so for the purpose of tax planning, for some of us that want to go into tax planning, so it suggests that you are into consulting. I think it is high time. You can quickly go and remove the consulting part from your business, so that you fall into the threshold of 200 million. Otherwise, you are not covered in this. I think we should also know that. I think we need to. Yes. Also, one of the areas that is now good for us as business owners too is that before now, some companies that produce items that are subject to VAT, when you sell, you account for your value-added tax, you go and submit to the government. So the system is no longer so. This time around, you can now produce, and when you finish your production, you want to sell. By the time you sell, you will account for all the VAT, the impure VAT you paid when purchasing your raw materials. For instance, the raw materials you purchased that you use in production, the VAT may not have been expressly stated. But at the end of the day, it is expected that you account for VAT that you pay when purchasing your raw materials at the time you are to the tax authorities. What that means is that if I produce yogurt, for instance, yogurt is not seen as some of these food, they are not seen as like confectionery, they are not seen as basic food items. They are seen as luxury items. So if I produce yogurt or some of these drinks that are considered luxury items, the raw materials I use in producing it is supposed to have VAT in it. So when I sell it, the VAT I collect from taxpayers is not what I'm remitting again. I will account for the VAT I'm supposed to have paid on the bring it to the table, then bring in the VAT I collected. The VAT I collected is usually more than the one I paid. So the difference between the two is what you are now to remit to the tax authority. I think this is so much to our advantage. Even the services you incurred, it is expected that there are VATs on it. The VATs that you have on it, you paid on it. You are expected to account for, remove it before paying to the authorities. For instance, I purchase an item I purchase my raw materials for 50,000 naira, and at the time I produce, I am selling these items, and I'm selling them for like 100,000 naira. So on that 100,000 naira, I'm charging VAT of 7.5%, which is 7,500 naira. Now, the 50,000 naira I use in producing my raw materials, I also suffered VAT in it. So the VAT I suffered in it, I will have to remove it from the 7,500 and remit the difference to the authorities. So as business owners, we are allowed to net off VAT from all sides, from manufacturing, even from the services that we render. And what we are paying to the government when it comes to VAT is very, very small. So again, I think this is where your bookkeeping, your record keeping becomes very, very important, very, very crucial to do. For instance, at the end of the business day, if you do not have enough documents to justify what you have done, to show to the people that this is what I have done, it might be very difficult for you to tell them, to convince the authorities that you have spent money buying things and all of that to produce. So you have to keep your records very, very intact. In fact, your record, to the extent to which not keeping your records can result in you paying additional taxes, your record can be equated to money. So put some value, put some monetary value to your record, and take it very, very seriously. What if I put some monetary value? If I don't keep an exercise book, if it can lead me to pay taxes, then the value of keeping that exercise book, if taxes I will pay. So it's very, very important that we keep our records, keep records of everything we do. So that at the end of the day, you'll be able to justify the deductions you are making. And I can tell you for free that if you're able to account for all the things that went into your business, it's not like to pay yourself. Because I've seen that here for the past 10 years now, and if I have to get contributions from other person's business, and I also have the opportunity of sleeping at this time. I'm supposed to be sleeping. So for no sleep, my time is constitute money. So spend the effort you spend running around to reward. In fact, you deserve vacation, and it's the business that has to pay for it. And has to pay for it before you pay your taxes. So it is your responsibility to account for all of these efforts that went into your business before you can now account for your taxes. And the best part of it is that the system has not changed. The system still remains self-assessment. And what self-assessment means is it is you that declare your taxes before the tax authorities. It is not the authorities that tell you how you run your business. It is you that will tell them, this is what I used for my business, this is what I did, and because of that, this is the amount I'm to pay. Because of that, I don't have anything to pay because I didn't make money. But in all of this, you have to prepare documents that show that this is every of these things has been put in place. Please don't forget that your document, to the extent to which you do not keep your document, and not keeping your document can expose you to pay more. Bear in mind that your record has monetary value. I repeat, keeping your records have monetary value. And the value they have is the value you will pay for not keeping them. So I think I can say that I've said a lot this morning, and I wouldn't really want to bore us with so many things. But I believe the few things I've even said now is enough for someone, a curious person, to want to know more about what is expected of them, the rights they have as taxpayers, and what is in it. that would be to their advantage, that they can take advantage of. And if possible, in which areas are they supposed to go quietly to their room and start making some tax planning moves? Yes, we call them tax planning move. Tax planning is not an offense, so it's not an offense for you to plan your taxes. What is an offense is for you to evade taxes. Evasion is what is not allowed. For you to sit down quietly and look for ways to navigate the scam to your advantage, there's nothing wrong in that. And I will strongly advise that we take that approach.
Thank you so much, Mark. Wow. I am so happy that we had this session because there are a lot of new things that I am also hearing myself. I heard you say those of us that are rich by inheritance. What I mean by that is I have an asset that is worth over 250 million. I am automatically exempted from the tax. What's it called? What language did you use now? I'm exempted from that exemption or the leverage that the taxes give. I heard you say that. That's correct, right? There's a gap between our communication, so I'll just be patient for you to hear it and respond.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct. What I meant to say is, if you have assets, business asset,
Okay.
that is worth 250 million naira and above. Yes, that is worth over 250 million naira. You are not exempted from tax. You are not. For you to be exempted from tax, from company income tax, then your turnover should be less than 100 million naira, and your net asset should be less than 250 million. No, your asset, not net asset. Your asset should be less than 250 million.
Okay. I heard that now. That's fine. So while we are going on, please, those of us online on YouTube, kindly send in your questions on your chat. We will be noting the questions as they come on. But a quick question that I believe is on a lot of people's minds right now is, how will these payments be charged? I see some platforms, people saying it will be charged, deducted directly from your account. Some people say you will file. Please, how would these taxes be charged? If I do transactions, I've done finish my production, how do I pay my what's the word? Pay my VAT? How would my taxes, if I make my income, we finish selling in a month? How would we remit? Are we going to remit manually, or we're going online to prepare it ourselves on a platform, or it will be automatically deducted from our bank account? How would it be charged, Ma? Over to you, Ma. I will wait for you to hear it so you can explain.
Okay, let me respond to Okay, so I think I've listened to that, to your question now. It will not be deducted directly from your account. Yes, it will not be deducted from your bank account. You are expected to assess yourself. You are expected to assess yourself, declare what you did for the month, and also declare how much you have calculated by yourself that you think is the VAT you are supposed to pay. Then you pay it, and you pay it through the the tax pro platform that all taxpayers are making use of now, all corporate taxpayers are making use of. You know, as a business owner now, once you register your company, you are expected to register with the tax authority. Then when you register with the tax authority, a tax pro mass dashboard will be created for you that you can easily access. You can even navigate it yourself. You can see what is happening there and all of that. When you are paid, you see it there. And the evidence of payment and every other thing, you see it there. So at the end of the month, if you already believe that, oh, I know that my turnover is usually over 100 million, so I'm not a small business owner. So because of that, I know I'm liable to company income tax and also value-added tax. Then at the end of every month, bring out your tax, your bank statement and your sales and all of that. Calculate your sales. Then you compute the VAT on your sales, which is 7.5%. Then also go back and compute the VAT on your cost of sales. Bear this in mind, please. Compute VAT 7.5% on your cost of sales. Then you compute 7.5% on your sales. Then you know that your sales will always be more than your cost of sales. So the 7.5% computed on your sales minus the 7.5% on your cost of sales. That difference is what you are paying. You go to your dashboard, your dashboard dashboard, make your declaration there. Then the system will automatically prepare an invoice and give you. You pay and it will reflect on your dashboard. You have complied for the month. Then you continue with your business. So at the end of the year, which is at the end of the financial year, you now put together your turnover. Prepare your account, your detailed account. Prepare your financials first of all. Give all the financials to be audited. The financials will be audited. And your total profit for the year will be determined. So when your total profit for the year is determined, you will not know whether you fall into the company income tax threshold or you are out of it. If you fall within the threshold of the tax exemptions, then you just go and submit your filing. You don't pay, or you file. You go and file to the authorities. Then the authorities let them see that you fall within the threshold of exemption. Then, if on the other hand you are expected to pay, you calculate how much you are expected to pay. File your self-assessment returns. Make the payment, then you submit your document to the tax office. Your document in this case is your detailed financial statement, which you will have uploaded. Then your tax computation, which you will have uploaded. Then evidence to show that you have filed your tax returns on the tax pro dashboard. You submit this to the tax authorities. Then as you are submitting to the tax authorities, make sure all the documents you use in preparing that your account, you have them kept intact. Because the authorities, now that you have submitted the self-assessment return, the authorities will go through what you submitted. They call it a desk review. They will review your filing on their desk. And if they think that what you filed or what you submitted or what you paid is not adequate for the kind of business you did and all of that, then they will write a letter to you. My sisters, I think at this point, let me also tell you that no authority has the right to take a telephone and call you to ask you to randomly harass you, tell you, threaten you that you will not get so, come to the office, come and do this. They don't need safe to call you for that. If they think or for anything, they believe that what you file is not adequate, they are expected to write a letter to you. The beginning of harassment, manipulation, and trying to exploit taxpayers is when the tax authorities, some people from the tax office will start calling you to say, come to the office. Come to the office. If you don't come to the office, we will upload your returns. We will upload this money for you. Nobody has the right to upload an additional assessment for you until they tell you the basis and until you agree to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nobody, I repeat, no tax officer has the right to threaten you that they will upload additional assessment for you without you giving approval to that assessment and without you understanding the basis of that assessment. So if they have any issue with what you submitted to them, they are to write you a letter. I think that's where I will stop.
Wow.
Again, as taxpayers, as business owners, know your right.
Wow. Thank you so much, Madam Ushura. Thank you. Obviously, we would have to have a very compact session where we can really focus just you and take this really gradually, because I see some action points that is required from our side. I see some action points that is required from the government side. And I see some action points that is also required from the authorities, the workers working with the government. So there's a lot to talk about, obviously, in this task conversation. And I think we will need to repeat this session. There are some questions that have been posted. Please look at the question mark so that you can take the final response. You will respond to this question. Then, as we have more questions, we will post them on the WETI group so that you can respond to those questions. And by the way, to our audience listening, watching, all those connected with us, and all those that will watch this video later, please note that you can reach out to Madam Mushirat. She's a member of WETI. You can reach out to her. You can reach out to us, WETI. We'll connect you with her so you can process your tax. Tax matter in Nigeria has become very important. And like she said, the truth is, if you do it right, you can always enjoy the benefits. The challenge is, in Nigeria, we're not used to wanting to pay government. In fact, there's no country that anybody wants to pay government money. So people want to see that the government are using the money that they have, the revenue allocations that they have, to do the right things. When that seems lacking, people fight. They don't want to pay. Okay, so there's a responsibility on both ends, but you have to do yours, because two wrongs don't make a right. Okay, so we need to learn more on this. I'm taking notes. I've taken like one full page of note already, and that's the worst, the least I could do. How much more if I was taking note on everything she was saying? Some of the things that I heard her say, that asset thing, she corrected to say it is your business assets, like your manufacturing machines, your warehouse, the cost of your warehouse. So if we evaluate the cost of your warehouse, how much is it going to be? If it is going to be as much as 250 million, you're obviously a rich person. So you will definitely pay taxes. That's what she's saying. I had to make that clarification because I know that some of us received inheritances from our late parents that is worth billions right now, and it's not liquid, you know. Okay, so that, thank you so much, Madam Mushirat. We are going to, please, if you can chat on the chat box to respond to those questions that were sent, that will be great, so we can continue. But thank you. We're definitely going to have another session, right? If you agree that you're going to, we should have another session. Please, let's see reactions. Let's see reactions. If you agree that we're going to have another session, please, let's see reactions. Reactions. Let's see reactions. I'm not seeing any reaction here. Or is it on YouTube? Okay, we are using two platforms. Okay, I can see some reactions on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, more reactions, more reactions. Madam Ushira is a tax consultant, and she's given us her time to do this with us. We are very, very grateful, ma'am. for this opportunity. Thank you so much for all the beautiful reactions. Madam Mushira, please, we will have to schedule another time because this conversation is a very serious one that affects our naira and our kobo and our dollars and our pound sterling. So we will definitely have another one. Madam Kudi said she would like to speak with you directly. Yes. So we will reach out to you again to organize it. But this time, please, if you have questions, still chat them on the group because we're going to compile the questions and take and give to Madam Mushira to respond on the WETI's platform. And if you are hearing the sound of my voice, you are not yet a member of WETI, please reach out to us and join WETI. WETI is the Women in Export Trade and Investment, popularly called WETI. Women in Export Trade and Investment. We're registered in Nigeria, we're registered in the US, we're registered in Cameroon, and we have presence in 5 other African countries. Basically focused in exporting from to the world, period. That's what our focus is. Of course, that does not mean that we're going to deny ourselves the opportunity to trade within Africa and within our country. And so that's why we are the Women in Export, in Trade and Investment. Please join us because we are doing great things. Thank you so much again to Madam Mushira. We will quickly move to the next speaker. Madam Nature's First. Are you there? Are you there now? Let me check if she's there. She's still there.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Oh, Priscilla, I'm happy to hear your voice. Thank you so much. Over to you, please. Take us through your journey of success, your work that you have done. Just, you are a success. So that award that you won, give me whether I will not shout. Whether that your award is a very serious award. Take us through your journey. Talk to us. You have another 10 minutes to talk to us. And then we take some questions with another 5 minutes. Over to you, Matt.
All right, good morning. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much.
Look at your beautiful face.
You held me by the jugular and you said I must turn on my camera, and I don't have a choice than to obey my madam.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, sisters. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm just going to be sharing briefly from my journey as a woman entrepreneur here in Nigeria. I want to congratulate everyone who has been on the call so far because it's been insightful. Thank you, Madam Moshurat, for the insightful session on tax. I know this is a time where everybody is so concerned. How do I do this right? And I have picked a gem or two while we're speaking. So today we'll just go right into what I have to share. It's nothing out of the usual that we experience or would be experiencing as women entrepreneurs in Nigeria. I want to say, first of all, so Madam Efe has asked me to share on my journey, how I started and navigating the entire process in manufacturing agro-processing. Last year, my company got a national award. We were, thank you, we won the award for excellence in wellness and beauty, and we were given the recognition at the presidential villa, and that award also came with a gift. We were given a shop here in Abuja at no extra cost by the federal government. And when Madam Moshura was speaking, some of the things she was saying was just spot on. Because later on, I got to discover that one of the reasons why they gave us that recognition is because my company have been filing our tax.
Wow.
For a couple of years. So when I see that people are running helter-skelter and say, hey, this tax thing, I'm like, it's not new because we have been filing our tax to come after us. So I got into the business after my son had can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Oh, great. I got into the business after my son sustained a domestic accident. He had a head injury and a whole lot of hospital visits trying to solve it the orthodox way, which wasn't working. And someone had to introduce me to someone who is now my mentor. She's almost 80 years old, and she introduced me to the world of herbal remedies. And with just one oil, we applied on my son's head. She said no massage, nothing. It was an antifungal and antibacterial oil. She said just apply it. And the injury of 2 months old that wasn't healing dried up completely. And when I saw that, I said, wow. Now this mama is old. I even had to travel to another state to meet her on recommendation. So I said, if this mama goes away, my mom is also blessed when it comes to using natural tips and all of that. If these women go, who is going to tell the coming generation about herbs, about natural remedies, about all these solutions that we have here in Africa? Now, for many of us on this call, I believe up to 98% of us on this call are Africans, right? And we somehow in our lineage have these experiences where maybe our grandmother, maybe when we're growing up, will give us something little when we have stomach aches, and we'll eat it and we'll be fine. Or you have a fever, she boils some herbs and bakes you with it and you'll be fine. But we had a problem. Nobody was documenting all of this.
Absolutely.
Nobody was conserving this knowledge. And so I couldn't rest. I mean, by background, I have a first and second degree in business administration. And I said, who will listen to me if I begin to talk about herbs? It was a struggle, right? But I couldn't rest. I couldn't sleep on it. And I started to talk to people who around me who I trusted. I said, this is the burden that I have. By the time we get off, we are seeing what the orthodox medication, I'm not trying to demonize it, but we are seeing the kind of side effects people have to deal with, right? When they combine all kinds of pills, we see the side effects of these things. Meanwhile, we have all of these natural treasures given by God, and we're not taking advantage of. So I started to talk to people around me, people I could trust. And they said, well, if you have this burden, then you have to go for it. What if all of this happened for a reason? For you to advocate for this thing, for you to call our attention back to nature. And so that's how the brand came about, Nature First. Like before you try anything, try nature first. And little did I know that it was going to spiral into something that was going to be beyond me, right? So what is your story? You have a story, you have a vision, you have a dream, or you have a burden. For me, in my case, it started with a burden. I never, in the last 10 years ago, I didn't know I would be doing what I'm doing today. So what is that burden that you have? What is that difference that you've seen out there in society that you say, oh, I can lend a voice to this, I can make a difference? What is that story? Please, never be discouraged. Sometimes, and most times, many of the great and big things you see today in the world starts from this very small place. So never feel small, right? Just keep pushing and keep being resilient. Also, it's important that, like I said, you commit to doing it right from the start. Don't say when we are big, right? I remember there was a time when I started hiring, started getting team members. One of the days, I got to the office and I saw that there was no light and my was wrong. Oh my God, you needed to see how I flared up. Said they had some. I said, never you try this. If we cannot afford electricity bill, then let us close. And that was the first and last time any other staff back then ever had to try that. So it's not about who is watching you. It's about the legacy that you are building. And if you want to build for something that will last in the long term, you must go far, you must do things right. So when I think of my brand, I think about it from the perspective of the long-term view. So when I'm big and I have the press and I have everybody looking into my business, will I be able to do this thing I want to do now? Will I be able to do it? So that question is always in front. So make sure you make a commitment to doing things right from the start. After we we got our NAFDAC certification, I mean, we're just three in the business. Myself and two other staff doing every other thing. And I said, we're going to get our SOL. And they were looking at me like I'm crazy. I mean, when I started pushing the SOL certification, some people said, Madam, you just got NAFDAC now, rest now. You know you like stress, you know. And every money we bring in, I mean, I tell this story a lot because there was a time where I could not even afford to buy a clothes for myself, and I was running a business. So for years, I printed branded shirts with my company name, and so I would wear it everywhere. And that took away the fashion budget completely. So I don't have to bother about clothes or any shit. If you see me in my branded clothes, it's a business. It's a business. You won't judge me by the quality of whatever I'm wearing. So a lot of time, especially those of us who are women entrepreneurs, you want to appear in a certain light. You want to, look presentable so that when you appear, and so the money you are supposed to use to build the business, especially if you are bootstrapping, because I bootstrapped, nobody from anywhere. And so every couple was counting. So all my fashion and beauty budget and spend that I would have used on myself, I just printed branded shirts in different colors. And with jeans and with sneakers, I'm good to go. I can wear it to any meeting, so that all of that funding comes back into the business. When you're trying to build from ground up, every kobo counts. And so as next day, I would recycle every kobo that comes in. I would always recycle. That is one way to scale, because I mean, grants are good, right? Grants are very good, but they are not a guarantee. But there are some things within your head that you can do that can help push the vision forward, even when no external funding is coming. Now, third point I want to make is please keep your vision in front of you. I wrote about that on social media yesterday, and I said when you start out to build a business, I mean, there will be several other juicy options out there, right? There will be several others. Every other thing will be looking like, oh, this is what is in vogue. This is what is reigning. So you start a business today, you are growing it year one, you are growing it year two, you have not seen any sign yet. You begin to grow weary. Do not grow weary. Because if you are building something that will be a legacy, that will last for the long term, that thing must be tried. It must be tested. All of the institutions, both private and government, that we celebrate today, if they tell you the moment of testings they went through, you will not believe it. If Madam Efe tells us what she has gone through in putting this community together, the sleepless night, the networking, the engagement. But here we are today, and the association is moving even onto a greater height.
Amen.
So imagine that she had packed up in the first year, we will not be here today. So whatever vision you have will be tested. If your vision has not been tested, then it's not a vision. Keep your vision in front of you. I wanted to see a Nigeria and Africa where we will fall back to the medicinal heritage in our herbs, in our local herbs, in our local foods. I wanted to see that people were beginning to eat so much of salad cream, so much of pizza, and celebrating imported things. I wanted us to see the value in our local resources. I wanted us to know that our food can heal us and it can be our medicine. And that is what I'm fighting for every day. We have children who will not eat fresh okra soup or fresh vegetable soup. ADHD. We are having autism on the rise. We are having all of these lifestyle diseases affecting young children. I said, no, we are going to see a difference. And that's what I'm advocating for. So what is that thing that you are advocating for? Give that vision your basis. What's your this one? Send me the research paper that you have. Why are you convinced about that? And I tell them we have more than enough empirical evidence in this part of the world to show that our resources are powerful. So keep your vision in front of you. Some people will come to talk down on your vision. Do not let them steal the dream that you have. Make sure that you stay in an environment that fires up your vision. If or you try to make light of the work, oh no, you're not going to see me the next day. So keep that fire in front of you, because plenty waters will come to quench your fire. I'm telling you from practical experience. Plenty waters will come to quench the fire that you have caught. But you must keep all of those out. Keep your mission, keep your vision in front of you. Finally, there's a lot to say. I'm just trying. If you have the zeal, if you have your passion, it'll keep you going for a while. It'll keep you going. So protect your passion like your life depends on it. Thank you so much for having me this morning. I just hope you've been able to get a bit or two.
Wow, was this what you said? Was this how you sister? You were on fire, my God. And you didn't want to speak. You are on fire. Thank God that I did not back down. Thank you so much. Wow. I learned, in fact, my notes, see my notes now. My note is full again. As in, when I leave here today, I'm going to be drinking all this. Thank you so much. I picked some very salient things that you said that I'm going to put in front of me. One of them, you said, plan to do things right from the beginning. I am someone that is very irritated with when regulators are not smooth. When you say go online and upload your taxes, and I'm doing it and it's not working, I just get irritated and I just stop. And it will take a lot to get me back there. But you said do it. Don't do it because you think someone will look at it. Do it for you. Thank you so much. I will definitely run with that. And then you said organize your finances, be ready to make some commitments, some sacrifices. I hear you talk about wearing t-shirts. I am going to wear. Hey, now wow. Keep your vision in front of you. That's very, very important. You said things would happen, many things would happen to distract you, but keep vision in front of you. I can tell you that that's very true. From the 3 years we have, about 3 years that we have been in operation, there have been a lot of opportunity to go back. In fact, one of them I will share with us as we're talking. Again, this is our gist corner. You know, there was something I learned I think early last year, and I thank God that I learned it. When you are counting the cost of running a business, one of the things that most times we don't consider is the cost of that business on your family. Yeah, because whether you like it or not, if you want to do business the way Nigeria is, we don't get the support from our banks, from our financial institutions. So most times you have to depend. You have to depend into family finances, personal finances. And honestly, that took a hit, especially when we had to get our place. I was bent on this year, we must get a place. And trust me, and then a lot of things were happening. The same time I turned 50, my husband and I turned 50, and we had planned that we're going to celebrate it because we don't normally celebrate. So, but we had planned we're going to celebrate. And then I was now saying, I want a place. And that's a lot of money. And then we got the place, and then my husband was looking at me. He would come and see the work that was going on. And once he just went and he just imported solar equipment without my knowing. That took a hit also on us because real solar is not cheap, so it will affect your family, and you will have time to reconsider to say, do I want to really do this? Is it worth it? Can't I just join a real estate organization and be selling land and making millions? Why am I going into all this stress just to build one business? But what you said was really key. Put your vision in front of you because there will be opportunities to kick it out of the way, and don't bend to it. And finally, for me, you said protect your zeal. Oh my God. When you said that, I was like, oh, she just wrapped it up. Protect your zeal. Because there will be people, in fact, some people that you trust that will hit you. I have had an experience of that, and it was not funny. people that I trusted in this business that will hit me. And I took my back, I cleaned my sore, I cleaned my feet. You know, when you fall on the ground and hit with your hand and your feet, you wake up, the first thing you want to do is like this. I did it, I cleaned my leg, and I went on, you know, and I am still in the race today. Thank you so much for this point. Are there questions? Is anybody having any question out there to share with our dear sister? Questions, please. Please put your questions in the chat box. Not sure what this is. Did someone try to change my? I'm not seeing my charts anymore. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so if you have questions and if you're on the Zoom call and you want to unmute, please, we will take 2 people. Kindly unmute. We will take 2 people. The first 2 that will unmute, we will take them so she can answer your question. Someone said, please, can I have your Instagram handle? Oh, yeah. Oh. Don't go and distract her. Oh, please, not too many questions. But ask her. I'm sure she can handle it. Ask your question here, please. Any question? Let me look online on YouTube. Do we have any question? If not, we are really running with time, so we can continue. No question here. Please, if you have question, put your question down on the chat box. If we cannot take it during the session, we will take it after on our group. Please, if you have question, put it down on the chat box. We have our sisters from Cameroon with us. We have our sisters from Sierra Leone also with us. And we have one person from Kenya. Please put down your comments and or chat if you want your chats to be attended to. Thank you so much again, Priscilla. I'm very grateful for honoring me to take this class. I know how I was at you, you know, but you honored me and you responded even with this. Thank you. God bless you so much. God bless you. Oh, your answer, let me know that you heard me. Was that your answer? Okay, next we have our wellness coach with us, and I am so happy. As Priscilla was talking, I'm so happy and excited on how this program is coming together. The next speaker is going to take us on wellness, and also I think I can call her a herbalist as well. You know, in those days when you call herbalists, we all run away and we start speaking the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. Not today anymore, because we now have come to appreciate what that term herbalist is. They are not traditionalists. Herbalist is not traditionalist. Herbalist is someone that puts things together using natural plants. In fact, I dare to say that by the scripture, God made all of us herbalists because he gave us the plants to eat. He did not give us chemical to drink. He gave us the green of the field to eat. So we are all herbalists. I welcome today, this morning, for our last session this morning, Sotoyen Success High Towers. Please, let's show some love. Let's show some love, some reaction as she takes the floor. Sotoyen, over to you, please. Thank you.
Hello everybody.
Ah, look at her. Oh my God. I like this look.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Native doctor.
She's really a native doctor. She did it well. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead, Sotoyen.
So my name is Sotoyen Success. I'm a mental health mentor first off, and then I'm a herbalist. So today you gave me a topic, your health and wellness, right? And I like us to approach this as how our health as women affect our wellness. All right. So first off, let me start with my story. I went into herbs because after I got married last year, March, and I started noticing symptoms of perimenopause, you know. So I started doing and that's the truth. Like the Holy Spirit led me to start doing my research on what is going on. My feet were aching, body pains and all of that. And then I started doing research and stuff. And then I started getting herbs, that was helping me out. So helping me with my energy and all of that. And then, my husband and I decided to go into the herbal business, So that's how all of this started. And in my years of research with herbs and women's health, I've come to realize that our hormones have a lot, to do with how we feel, and it affects our mind as well. So, for instance, someone who has anxiety, for instance, can, what are you eating? Like the woman who spoke earlier, there are a lot of ingredients in the kind of foods that we eat these days that affects our health. And anything that affects our health will definitely affect our mind. So for instance, if we don't exercise properly, if we don't eat properly, if we don't take breaks, even when we're working, I know that we are all entrepreneurs, but if we don't take breaks, when we are working, it will definitely affect our health, right? And then our hormones, for example, a woman who has fibroid needs to first of all look at what is going on with her. Stress as women affects us in so many ways that we can't even imagine. And I've come to do a research that stress literally causes anxiety, which can lead to arthritis, and as Nigerians, I want us to start, taking wellness seriously, not just about the herbs, but also addressing underlying factors, what is going on with us. Like, for instance, we had a woman who God sent me to her, right? And this woman had gone for, an told to her that she had arthritis, right? I started praying with her and having conversations with her. And God exposed it to me, what she was actually dealing with, what anxiety. So she was anxious from the fact that she had just lost her business, right? But it was resulting as arthritis. So literally, there are underlying factors, what is affecting our health. Stress, we need to start welcoming counseling in Nigeria. All right. There was a lady that I was speaking with as well, and this lady, lost her dad, right? And she was going through grief, and I was always seeing her cry and all of that. And I started speaking with her, and then she was having pains, below her abdomen. And again, the Holy Spirit revealed. I started asking her questions. So, do you have appendicitis? She said no. Do you have hernia? She said no. So, okay, I started doing research. Stress can cause chronic pain. So sometimes when we are going through a period of very stressful period, and then we start to have pains in our bodies, and we don't know exactly what is going on with us, then we start taking painkillers. And that was what she was doing, taking painkillers to address something that was not in there at all. All you needed to do was take it slowly, and all of that. So by God's grace, so women, I feel like there are so many things that we have to juggle as women, but also, we should also start looking internally, right? Are we healed mentally? Are we healed in our minds? So first off, it's Jesus Christ that heals the brokenhearted. That's what we do at Heritage Beauty and Wellness. We pray, and then we address underlying as to what is happening. So with us, we don't just sell herbs. What we do is that we address these factors so that you don't just take the herbs, drink it, and go. Meanwhile, there are other things that are happening with you that you have not addressed. For example, someone who has high blood pressure, not addressing the trauma that is happening to you, that is making your blood pressure to rise. You're not eating healthy. You're not sleeping properly. How do you want that high blood pressure to go? So it's like putting a dead rat in a house and then you're fleeting it, but you're not removing the dead rat. And then you come back. Yes, it will be nice and all of that. But when you leave, after some time, the dead rat will still smell. So it's very nice for us to start addressing things from the ground root. There are so many of our children, that are suffering from trauma, and they can't even speak to us. Well, I don't have a child yet, but I've been speaking to a lot of people, and I have seen how trauma has affected children in ways that they can't even talk to their moms about it, in ways that they can't talk to their dads about it. They would rather talk to me, or they'll rather talk to an outsider. And that's because conflict in homes is trauma, right? And when a child doesn't have, the child will start looking for love elsewhere, right? So, for example, how trauma starts in homes as well. An unhealed mother who was traumatized by her dad or her parents, or used to see her parents fight all the time, violent relationship, whatever trauma it was, gets married, does not address that trauma. He gets married. The same thing with the man. He doesn't address whatever trauma he has, or grief or whatever. Doesn't go for counseling, none of that. Then somehow they think that, marriage is just, let's just get married and all of that. Then somehow in the woman's life, she starts experiencing perimenopause, menopause. She doesn't know what it is. The rage, the anxiety, all of that. She starts beating the children. The children start seeing their parents fight. The man doesn't understand what's going on with her. The woman doesn't understand what's going on with her because they don't know what it is. So it brings me back to the fact that we need to start understanding what it is we're dealing with, because if you do not understand what you're dealing with, you can never find a solution to it. The children will feel like my mother doesn't love me, my father doesn't love me, because they don't understand. Now, the mother, on the other hand, is not even healed, is unfit, to take care of the children, to show them love. And it's not her fault, it's just because she's not used to love. So again, in Nigeria, that is my advocacy. We should start treating trauma, right? We should start seeing mental health as something that is not bad. Mental health is, a healthy mind, right? So that's why I started with, I'm a mental health mentor, because everything starts from the mind. Big words these days that we should just try and let go of and take life very simple. So by God's grace, what we do at Heritage Beauty and Wellness now is that we have like herbal shots, and these herbs and herbal shots. First off, Madam Efe, I know you said, but we're in a video right now, so I can say it. And that's the thing, the medical industry, right? Synthetic medications are actually very harmful. Very, very. For example, someone who has diabetes is taking, synthetic medication, and then it's causing sexual dysfunction. Then the man gets traumatized, and then the person is taking injection on the tummy, insulin injection, right? And then the man gets traumatized by that action. It's not just the fact that he has diabetes that is causing it. It's because, first off, he's thinking about oh my gosh, I have to swallow pills at a particular time. First of all, that's traumatizing. Nobody wants to be dependent on synthetic things. So first off, that's traumatizing. Second of all, that someone is giving himself injection in the tummy is another trauma because of the pain. So that is the thing with the medical industry. Like they keep people stuck. It is no solution, no resolution. I've met someone who told me he went to the hospital and they told him he had chest. They told him he had chest. And what this guy had was literally hernia. And they told him he had chest. And this guy told me he had spent a lot of money trying to fix what was not even there. So I said, are you sure they told you you had chest? He said, yes, he had chest. Now, that is why a holistic approach is very necessary. With the medical industry, you're there. Someone right now, I know someone who is at the hospital about to go through fibroid surgery. We need to actually educate people. If you're going through surgery, a woman who's going through chemotherapy, if you're going through that, we need to teach you what are the changes you're most likely to start seeing in your body. Your hair is going to fall off. The woman will definitely get traumatized by that. So we need to, start talking to people calmly. We need to accept each other. There are a lot of unkind people right now, and it's not because they want to be unkind. It's just because everybody did not address what was going on from the foundation. So now everybody is on the survival mode. Me. All right, and that's how that I get in, selfish and stuff like that. And it brings me back to the Bible. It's not our fault. It's a sinful nature. But then again, God has given us visions. Like me, for instance, right now, problem-solving skills. Do you understand? And I feel like this group is a very amazing thing because if all of us can come together, I've actually been looking for a family like this, to be honest, a family of women who are strong, women who actually know what they're saying, women who would not take no for an answer. Let's come together and actually do things, to change, because it's one thing to speak about the problem, but then again, what are we doing? Nigerians, we are used to, you see how, like in those days, people gather around like newspaper, they start talking about, oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, Nigeria is this, but then we're not doing anything about it. I don't like talking about problems without a solution, all right? I don't like talking about problems without a solution. So if we're addressing, problems, it's also good for us to come together as a community and say, okay, first off, how are we going to expose this medical industry? I have a plan. How are we going to? Someone literally also told me, yes, I met a woman, I went to a restaurant, right? And I met this woman, and her fiance just lost his child. His child is still in the mortuary right now, right? And it was a tetanus injection they gave to this guy that killed him. A fake tetanus injection that killed this guy. And we see all of these things happening in Nigeria. A lot of people, I know women who have been through the psychiatric hospital that have told me what they've been through. And mental illness is literally just stress. Nothing more, nothing else. So I don't know if it's okay to share my plan now, or I have a very good plan on how we can expose the medical industry in a way that, because let's try and remove that issue of fear. Oh, they're going to come at us. Oh, they're going to do this. Oh, they're going to, because that's even fear of them. Because now, if you look at it, the Bible said, we scared of. right? With God on our side, who can be against us? So, well, let's come together. You know, I'm speaking with someone right now. I'm speaking with someone. I'm trying to get, someone who can get to Funke Akindele and release the story of exactly what is happening with the medical industry right now. I'm trying to get it to a point where we can put it on Netflix, as a movie. Let the whole world see what is going on in this country. That's one solution as to how, medical industry can be exposed. And then finally, because again, I don't like talking about problems and not doing anything about it, right? So finally, we have products, right? We, by God's grace, because of what we were going through, and God gave us all of this wisdom, right? So now we have these products. They're not certified yet, but by God's grace, we're going to do that. So this is a candle, right? Lavender, frankincense, peppermint, and all of that. And these things actually help us with our minds, like essential oils help our minds. They are pain relief herbal products that we can use for like inflammation, and all of that. And what we did was actually, because every woman needs to know, the declaration as well. So what we did was, the products have like nice words. So this one says, I am strong, for instance. So a woman who, like, let the weak say, I am, all of that. You're going through a period of weakness in your life. You look at this and you're using it. Oh, I'm strong. And you use that declaration. And then you pray and all of that, So all our products have very nice, this one says, I am restored, for any woman who has lost, whatever and stuff like that. So it does have like, I'll send all the herbal products, to the group.
Thank you so much. So Toye is from my mother's side, my mother's village. So I was very glad when I saw her name. I was like, oh my God, you're from Rivers. And she said, yes. Thank you so much for the enlightenment that you have given us regarding the health. Some things I took from what you said, and I think that's the most important for me, is that we need to start understanding the happenings around us and how they affect our health. That's why when I was sending out the invite, one of the things I put there is the health and wellness of a female entrepreneur in the 2026. It is not the same as in my mother's time, because in my mother's time she had a lot of little worries and there were less noises. But today, in our days, there's so, in fact, you cannot be alone by yourself now. I mean, I know that, of course, the angels are with us and the Holy Spirit is with us, those of us that are filled with the Holy Ghost. Yeah? But you cannot be alone by yourself now. If you pick your phone, there are like thousands of people you are communicating with in 1 minute. There are like millions of people all over the world that can see your post in 1 second. So you are hardly alone. My mother did not experience this. I used to joke with it and say to someone that if my mother resurrected now, people say there's incarnation, right? Is that the word? Yeah. If my mother were to incarnate, she would just die back. She would just die quickly, because she will be like, what is this the world I left? She will not believe it. She will die back quickly. In fact, she will not want to incarnate. Right? I used to joke with that, but I mean it, because of where we are in the world right now. There are a lot of things to fight for your attention. So the fight, first of all, is you. You have to fight your you. You have to take care of yourself. You have to protect your mental health. You have to protect your emotions. You have to, I feel sorry for people who in this time in life still find it funky to quarrel. I feel sorry for you, because there's so much going inside of you that you have to deal with, and then you're adding physical one to it. It does not add value. Then those that now carry grudges, anger, bitterness, at yourself or at people around you, family members, business colleagues, work colleagues, church colleague, whichever one, you are not helping yourself. Because so Tony said, there's a lot happening inside of you that is connected to the environment that are not aware of. Your five senses are not aware of that. So when you are, like she used the word trauma, when you have gone through certain things, someone just hit you on the road or destroyed your car or hit your car, dented your car, you go home and the next day you're angry at your husband, you're angry at your colleague, you don't know what is causing that. It could just be that you buried that anger of someone oppressively hitting your car and you couldn't do anything about it. And you have not dealt with it, you have not spoken to yourself. They say, okay, this person, that's so Nigeria be. I forgive the person, or take it lightly. Take it lightly. Then you wait and you have swallowed that anger. And the next person that acts towards you in a way that seems oppressive, you unleash immediately. What people don't know when they do such things is that their health, I tell people, there are 3 vital organs inside your body, from your chest to your waist. 3 vital organs that if any of those organs get bad, medical world can only replace it or you die. These 3 organs are controlled most times by our emotions, the things that happen within us. That is your heart, your kidney, and your liver. Those 3 things most times are controlled with the things that happen to your emotions and your mental health. And so when you said that we need to be aware about how things that are happening around us affect our health, it is more true now than ever before. Before you start fighting or talking to the doctors, medical world, let's talk to us and be aware that we're the stage that we are in right now is a very difficult, or not very difficult, it's a very different stage in life. There are a lot of things that are different. There are a lot of things that are not the way things used to be that we know of. Okay, so thank you so much for bringing that on. And you said, take your mental health seriously. Thank you. While I'm talking, please, if you have questions, please shoot with your question. Don't just listen. It's a gist corner. Shoot with your question. And I like the way she is looking like a herbalist, and she's not going to scare us with it. Shoot with your question so we can take it. You said, finally, what I wrote down, you said, we are going to expose the medical world. Now, there are ways to fight things. If I use that word, I don't know why this light is shining into my. Okay, I think I did. Now it's 2. Will it turn to 3 again? Okay. Oh. Okay, my light is coming into and I need to remove it. Anyways, there are ways to fight. And I know that, Sotoyen, you have put together, you must have seen a lot of things, and you have decided that, no, I don't care, I'm going to go all out. Okay? There's something someone advised, one of my mentors said, that he that runs from a fight lives to fight again. And you will come back stronger to fight. During the COVID time, I can say a lot. I have a lot of information about health when it comes to health. A lot of information. During the COVID time, a lot of things happened. In my home, we had prayer meetings every day. We're praying for COVID patients that were dying. Then we started, and then I had an attack. I had a serious COVID attack. I was one of those that qualified to have experienced COVID, right? But I was saved. I was healed because I know how I handle my body. I don't take drugs. Personally, I do not take drugs. That's my personal stand. I believe there's a lot going on in the medical area, in drugs and pharmacy. That's not to say they're all bad. There are a lot of people out there doing great work medically, a lot. And I give it up for our doctors, I give it up for our pharmaceutical industry and our nurses. There are a lot of them doing very, very great work out there. But personally, I try not to take drugs because I believe in healing naturally. And I believe that this body was not meant to die. I believe it. Okay? And the Bible tells me that. Right? But then I had this attack and I got healed. And I got healed from it, I was literally going to die. I actually fainted. And let me describe what happened so that someone would. I had this terrible pain in my chest. Like my chest was compressing. Like someone was squeezing my chest. You know, that pain, that respiratory thing all the way to my chest area, my lungs, was basically heated up. And it happened for like 3 days. By the last day, I couldn't sit down, I couldn't lie down, I couldn't stand up, I couldn't do, no position was okay. And it was very painful. Like I told my husband, the next pain I've ever encountered of that is probably labor pain. Yeah, but it was terribly painful. And my husband was not around. And that particular night, I couldn't breathe anymore. And I put my hand on my chest. And as a child of God, I declared to myself that, sorry, I cannot die. And I slumped, and that was it. I woke up 2 hours later, and that pain was lifted. Not a headache. That's how I knew I was healed. That was supernatural. Now, and then I decided to now do a search about what this COVID was about. Prior to this attack, I had taken a vaccine. I was going to travel and I had taken a vaccine. And nobody can convince me that it's not connected. Nobody. Okay? Now, after that, we decided in my home that we were going to focus on what the scripture says. We're going to live healthy. And we started living healthy. We used to have paracetamol, we took it out. We started living on healthy plants that God gave us. So if you come to my house today, you will always see ginger. You will always see turmeric. You will always see garlic. Those 3 things are always there. And now I have added activated charcoal, because activated charcoal is the easiest, most available anti-poison that we have. Now, with all this that is going on out there, if we decide to do what we should do, we will naturally phase out the evil people. Naturally. If we advocate for all our females, eat healthy. Try, eat healthy. Try, ignore some things that could be sweet tooth. I could mention a lot, but I don't want to put any brand on We Are Live online, so I don't want to mention any brand. There are certain things we already know are chemical. I mean, some of the soft drinks we take, we already know that most of those things are not healthy, yet people still consume them. You know, so if we will do our part, we will phase out, we will diminish the strength of the evil out there that is trying to fight our health. So that's my advocacy to all of us women today. For as we wrap up this session, I'd like to say again a big thank you to all our speakers, Madam Mushira, Madam Priscilla, and Madam Sotoyin. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and for spending your time with us. 30 minutes, each of us did about 30 minutes. Thank you so much for spending your time. Ladies, we have a lot to do from what we have heard from Madam Musura, what we have heard from Priscilla. We will compile as much as we can compile, and we will send it back into the group. We'll send it to our social media pages. You can see them there. If you have questions after the sessions, please feel free to ask. If as you go along your day or your time and you find reasons to you find reasons to ask questions, please feel free to ask. We are here, we're not going anywhere as WETI, and we'll work together to make sure that our women are able to export, trade, and invest in health. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing, and that's what we're committing to. Thank you again for that time. Before we go? Does anybody have any question on the Zoom link? Does anybody want to say anything on the Zoom link? It's only the Zoom that can speak right now. The next one we're going to have is going to be very, 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 very well organized. We're going to make sure on the link before that day so our speakers can show their faces to the to the YouTube platform. Is there any question? Anybody want to unmute and say one or two things?
So no questions. But yeah, I like to say, finally, as women, we should also learn how to have a fun hangout, which we're planning for next month. So we're having a hangout by God's grace, and I'll put things together. It's very essential. We're going through a lot, right? You have your children, you have your husband, and it's also nice for us to take care of our and know that we actually need a break from the, taking care of the family and all of that. So we're planning a, wellness hangout, by God's grace, and it's themed girls just want to have fun. Girls.
I like fun.
Yes. Girls just want to have fun. We're going to eat healthy. We're going to exercise. We're going to meditate as well. I've been doing this very nice Christian meditation. It's not yoga or anything, but play relaxation music, put your head down, and then recite, peaceful Bible verses like, "Oh, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me." Do not be anxious, but in everything, peaceful. So let's do it. By God's grace, we're planning that.
Yeah. Okay, someone is asking, are you in Port Harcourt? No, she's in Lagos.
No, I'm in Lagos. I'm in Shangotedo. So
she's in Lagos. Island. Yes. So we are going to be doing this hangout, and by the grace of God, there are 9 spots we can go to. Those of us in Lagos, those of us in Port Harcourt, because we are vast. We are all over the country, and now we are in like 6 countries in Africa. We encourage everyone to try and form that. I don't want to use the word clique, but that seems to be the right word to use. That's gang. Form your gang, please. Let it be a gang amongst WETI women that produce the same thing like you do, women that need your raw materials, women that you sell to. Form your gang. If you want to go far, you must go with others. You must go together. You cannot go by yourself and go far. You heard Madam Priscilla, she mentioned also that she has this other gang members of her, friends of hers. Form your gang so that you can, when at times when you need to shoot out, you need to vent. Trust me, you need those kinds of venting sometimes. You need to vent, just vent it out to your gang. Okay? Someone calls it gossip. Well, I call it gist. You just vent. And then let your gang be the type that can tell you, "Yeah, cool down. And then you actually cool down, because it is worth it to cool down, to calm down. Right? Thank you again so much. I'm liking this session. I don't even know how to end it. Someone tell me, how do I end this session? How do we end this session? Hey, Lord, help me end it. All right. Thank you so much. Again, I'm so grateful. WETI women, thank you for attending. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the love. Without you, there will not be any WETI. With you, we will do WETI, and we will do even greater things. Thanks to our colleagues from other African countries that attended. Next one, we will start early. We will make sure the network is fine and well connected. I see only one person giving thumbs up and expressing, only one person. Every other person, are you guys here, or you are doing business while you are here? Can we show some love, please? Show some love.
We are here, ma'am.
Show some love.
This is Fuji speaking.
Use the emoji. Thank you. Use the emoji. All right. Thank you so much. God bless us. Like she said, we're going to have that. We're going to find out the time for the hangout, and we're going to work towards it and make sure that enough of us can attend while we do business. Okay. Thank you. Nobody wants to share any comments. Thank you for your love. And we say,
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Kudi. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is Kudi. First, thank you so much for this session. It was so insightful. I learned a lot during the presentation on tax, and she responded to my questions. And thank you, Madam Sura, for responding, and to every speaker. The second speaker, Mrs. Priscilla, I didn't get the other name, I'll check. Thank you so much for your encouragement. You know, sometimes you are right. When you just start up a business like this, you along the line, you experience so much. Sometimes you want to give up. You just want to quit, and you need to hear those words. Keep your vision in front of you. So money came to me this year, this January, and I can tell you, I just pumped everything into my business. I didn't even buy myself a drink. You know, I just put, and I was thinking about yesterday. I said, I have planned to invest this money, put it in the money market or something. But the business is calling for investment, and I don't want to go to bank for loans. So okay, everything has just gone in there. You know, it is not coming out right now. So those words of encouragement were really very insightful and helpful. So thank you very much. And to the third speaker about wellness and health and all that, thank you. Well, we're going to do everything. I'm naturally a herbalist. I believe in herbs. I'm teaching my children, my entire family, we use herbs. Herbs for everything. Stomach pain, this one, it's herbs. So yes, herbs are good.
Okay.
Herbs are medicinal, and we can always resort to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next session we're going to have, I'll tell you this, like I mentioned in the video that we did some days ago, this is meant to metamorphose into a podcast, right? We're going to have a once a week kind of podcast. We're going to start in February in earnest. The idea for us is to create visibility, right, for our businesses, besides every other thing that we're doing. Now, one of the ways that we're going to do it is to, during the podcast, we're going to have products. So today, I'm just showing my window, right? Because this is our test. And thank you for the valuable, priceless presenters that we had, facilitators that we had this today. Subsequently, we'll be inviting people to come to the office. I'm currently inside WETI office. Beautiful place. You need to come visit. If you have not been here, please come. It's a big place. It's a big place, I can tell you. Please come. We're going to invite you. You're going to be on the spotlight here from WETI's office. Those of us that are in Lagos, and you're going to talk from here. Then we'll have products that we're going to talk, the product of the week that we're going to talk about during the podcast. You will love it. Because if we pick your product, do I have any product here by me? Okay, I have Essa's product. If we pick your product, for instance, this is Essa's product. This is one of my lovely products. You can see it's close to me in the office. If you pick this product and we talk about it, trust me, I have written my script on the things that I can say about products, especially those ones that I know are made from natural ingredients, like this one. This is made from ginger and infused with honey and one or two other things. Well, but they are all natural. And I can tell you that when I finish selling this, people will buy it. Not just that they will buy it, but people will see the value in it. You know, so every session, every episode would have some products that we're going to talk about in the show that we're going to compare with an alternative that is imported, that we think that people should desist from the imported and take the natural. We're not going to mention brands. Trust me, we're going to do it well. Okay, I'm a creative person by nature. So we're going to do it very well. So that was the last thing I wanted to mention before we call it a wrap. Thank you so much. Look forward to the next episode, which will start in February. And when we start in February, it's going to be boom. God bless you. Have a fruitful day. If you have questions, please chat them on the WETI's group. And if you have friends that want to join WETI, please let us know so we can add them to WETI. God bless you. Have a blessed day.
Is the recording available?
Not for this. We decided not to do recording. Yes. but we will have recording for subsequent ones. Yes. But I think you can find it on YouTube for some time. It will be on YouTube for some days before it is. We will take it down.
Okay, what's the link, please?
The link was sent. The link has been everywhere in Nigeria. Everywhere. The link is everywhere in Nigeria. It's on every platform that you know that I am in and you are in.
Okay, I'll check
you.
it out.
God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.